Once you start doing this, you will be the only one that they will think about. It is interesting how doing this one little thing will make all the difference when manifesting our desires. Even your specific person will start noticing you, and they will start thinking about you. I consider it one of the most underrated practices when it comes to manifestation. Many people are unaware of it, and they use it every day unconsciously. Some are benefiting from it, while others are facing difficulties by unconsciously indulging in it. I became aware of it while reading a lecture by Neville Goddard. He mentioned it and found it a very important practice. That is why he starts the lecture by saying, "May I tell you, if you really believe it to the point that you really apply it, nothing is impossible. If you really believe it to the degree that you are moved to really try it, it costs you nothing. All it costs you is simply a little time. But you must be diligent and really watch to see what you're doing on the inside." So you might be wondering what this practice is called. Well, it is inner talking. It is the activity that you indulge in every day unconsciously. When you are taking a shower, you are having this internal dialogue going on. From scrolling social media to going outside for a walk, you are always chattering in your mind. Even when your specific person didn't message you, you are having this inner conversation. Inner conversation is not the problem. The problem is having it in the wrong direction. By the end of this, you will realize the importance of performing this practice in the right direction. And by doing it, you will become irresistible to your specific person. Right now, you might be hearing about this for the first time, or you might have heard about it before. But have you ever just sat and observed yourself? Have you ever observed the inner conversations that are going on within? Just don't believe me, any other YouTube channel, or even Neville. Do it practically. First, observe yourself. Observe if you are actually having an inner conversation throughout the day, or are we all high on pancakes? Just observe yourself. When I started observing myself, I found out that I was having these inner conversations. I observed that these conversations were following a set pattern. I was thinking in patterns, having similar kinds of thoughts every day. The thoughts were on the same wavelength, and they were habitual. Like when I was putting on weight and doing nothing to lose my body fat. Then I had some thoughts that were habitual. I identified myself as a fat man who loves to eat sweets. Therefore, every night I had these ideas of ordering pastries, ice cream, or Nutella waffles. For the past few months, it has become a habit. Even if my workout sessions were good and I was exercising during the day, somehow at night I used to eat lots of sweets, and thus I was not going anywhere. I started to realize that this indulgence in sweets is due to my habitual thought pattern. I had this self-image of a person who extremely loved sweets, and my friends knew that too. I used to say that every person is addicted to something. Some are into booze, some smoke, some indulge in physical pleasure, and here I am addicted to sugar. I find joy in eating that cake, those chocolates, and whatnot. Later, when I changed this self-image, I started losing weight. I lost around 12 pounds in the first month, and my cravings for sweets stopped. It was not like I followed some miraculous diet and did workouts every day. It happened because I changed the way I perceived myself by changing my habitual thoughts. Now I was indulging in conversations from the point of view of having my desired body. Inner conversations help a lot, not only with physical changes, but in every aspect of our lives. Neville Goddard, in his lectures, asks us to put off the former conversations that belong to the old man, for that is corrupt, and put on the new man, and he's created in righteousness. He's created in the right use of thinking. So if every day you catch yourself doing what you should not do, come right back. Don't criticize yourself, don't condemn yourself. Just simply take your wonderful imagination, bring it back to the goal, and simply carry on these inner conversations from the premises of fulfilled desire. Here, Neville refers to the old man as your current identity, the identity of a person who does not have what he wants. The old man is your current way of thinking and perceiving reality. The old man is corrupt because even after he has a desire, he does not think in the right manner to manifest it. Further, he asks to put on the new man. Here, the new man is a different version of you who already has what you desire. Think like the man who has your desire. Have these inner conversations from the premises of your fulfilled desire. Now you might be wondering how to have these inner conversations from the premise of your fulfilled desire. Well, I will give you a sweet little example. Let's say there are two people. I will refer to the first person as the old man and the second person as the new man. So, the situation is such that both of them have someone that they like. They say that they love that person. Today, they went to work, and it is going to be 4:30 p.m. They haven't heard from that person. Their person didn't text them. The old man encounters this situation, and he starts assuming all the negative scenarios. He might think, what if my SP is no longer interested in me? What if my SP is talking to someone else? What if they are hanging out with another? Now, the old man starts behaving desperately, and starts flooding their SP's phone with text messages, and he starts acting needy. On the other hand, the new man is totally opposite. He doesn't care because he is secure. He thinks that my SP might pay a surprise visit to me in the evening. I have other important tasks to do, and I have some projects to complete. If they don't text me till night, then I will text them and ask them if they are fine. Are they ill? So, the new man completes his work at the office, and then returns home, goes to the gym, and chills with his friends. In a nutshell, this is how the old man and the new man respond. The new man is confident and thinks from the state of being in the relationship. He knows that the relationship is not going anywhere. Any person who is in a relationship does not become desperate all of a sudden, and does not flood their partner's phone with text messages. Only the person who is chasing their love interest does this. See, the people who are in a secured relationship know that their person is theirs only. They behave totally differently. I think you are getting the gist of it. Also, for a moment, think like the person who gets chased by their specific person. Think like a person who is highly important to their specific person. Think like a person who is irresistible to their specific person. And this is how your specific person will keep thinking about you all day long. We are all creatures of habit, and we all have habits to overcome. I had this habit of having a conversation with myself about which sweet I should order today, from where I should order it, and which app I should use. With time, my involvement in such conversations made my identification stronger. You too have identified yourself with the undesirable state by habitually involving yourself in inner conversations. You also involve yourself in inner conversations with the subjective image of the people you know. You have these conversations with a specific person in mind. You perceive them in a certain way, and then you have those conversations from that point of view. Change the way you perceive a specific person in your mind first. As you change the way you perceive them internally, then only they will show up as a different person externally. In the beginning, you might fail thousands of times. You might think negatively, where you will carry arguments with your specific person from an unfulfilled state. If you were in the fulfilled state, where you have what you want, you would not indulge in any argument. When you are in a state of unfulfilled desire, you will find ways to justify your negative conversations by telling yourself that they did this or that, or they said this to me, or they behave like that. Never criticize or justify the negative conversations that you are involved in throughout the day. Just when you get aware that you are having a negative conversation, stop it right there and close your eyes. Imagine yourself as a new man. Imagine yourself as a person who already has what you desire. Ask yourself, how would I think if I had that desire right now? By doing this, you will start involving yourself in an inner conversation based from the premise of fulfilled desire, and only by doing this will you manifest it in your reality. Manifesting something is not as hard as people think. It is easy. It is extremely easy. All it requires is persistence and change. A change of character is essential, and it will take place by changing your inner conversation. In his lecture, Neville was asked, "How long will it take?" To which he replied, "It wouldn't take long. If I'm consistent, it should not take long. If I did it for a whole day," someone said, "if you did it for 3 minutes, you would change your entire world." Well, maybe you would. I will say if you did it for a day, become completely aware of what you're saying inwardly and change it to conform to the wish fulfilled for a day. I do not know any power in this world that could uproot that tree from bearing exactly what you want. This is how powerful it is. That is why it is highly important to change the character. And by changing the character, I simply mean changing the concepts you hold about yourself. I have designed an affirmation tape that will help you do so. You just have to listen to it while relaxing. Just click on the first video that appears at the end of the screen. But before leaving, if you have been watching my videos for some time, then I have introduced a channel membership where you will be assigned cute seed badges that will turn into a sunflower with passing months. It will be shown next to your name when you comment on my videos or posts. Another perk is getting priority replies from me when you comment on the video. You can join the membership by clicking on the first link in the comment sections.